guys, and welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Welcome, my name is Aiden. I'm so happy that you're here. Couple things. First, if you hear the fan, it's because it's hot and I need some air in here because there's no air conditioning in this part of the house. Let me know if it bothers you, if you can hear it or not. And then also let me know how you think the lighting is and everything. I kind of rearranged this room a little bit. I completely cleaned it from top to bottom the past few days with the day off because we had the power pole in our backyard snapped. And so we were without power for a day. It's fine. We all survived. It was like the coolest day of the year, like the spring. It was a cool day compared to other days, so it was fine. But I'm trying to get back into filming, trying to get into the habit, learning like what is working once again in this space. And I've moved back a little bit from where I used to film. Today I have my eyeshadows that I wore last month. It's a little later than I wanted to. I wanted to get this filmed before I got to my parents, but that didn't happen. So I have 10 palettes to talk about today. First up, I have this Jason Wu. This is the, I don't know what it's called, the Desert Rose. It's teeny tiny, you have to hold it up. So I have that one. I have one from Spoiled Cosmetics I got in my, Tribe beauty box. That's what it was called. This is the, it's upside down too. The Romantic Getaway. I love when they put the stickers differently. Then I have the Beauty and the Beast palette from Colourpop. Why did I hold that up upside down? There you go. Beauty and the Beast Colourpop palette. I have from Too Faced the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. We're going old school with some of these. Then we have Marc Jacobs. This is Fine Grind. We have one from Covergirl that I got in my Walmart spring box. This is Cool Berry. Then I also have a Huda. This is the Gemstone Obsessions. We also have a Viseart that I got in my lucky bag from Beautylist. This is, what is this? The Fleurette Coeur. Another one from Too Faced. This is the White Peach palette. And then finally we have one from Nars. This is Ignited. All right, we are going to rank them, and I'm going to show them in the ranking from my least favorite to my most favorite. So first up, we have Covergirl. This is going to be in 10th place. This is the Cool Berry palette. I don't think this is necessarily like a terrible palette. It just wasn't my favorite palette. There's only 4 shades in here, which is great, but I felt like the shimmers were just okay. They didn't last as well as I wanted to. The 2 mattes were fine, but that one, like, I don't know. It's one very dark and then some very light shades. So I said just okay, lasts okay, kind of fades and muddies, which is not what you necessarily want. So that's what the 4 shades look like. Your 2 shimmers are pretty similar. I like the first shimmer here better than the one here on the end, but it was not the best palette that there is. And yeah, so I'm going to declutter it. I don't think it's a bad palette. I just don't think it is as good as other palettes in my collection, and I'm really trying to get some out because I have so many. Like, I don't even want to know how many palettes I have at this point. All right, next up we have the Fleurette Coeur from Viseart. And the one thing I noticed about this is that the colors that it shows on the outside packaging don't correspond with the shades that are in the actual packaging. So you have 2 like blushes. You can use them as eyeshadows, and then you have the 4 eyeshadows. Let me tell you what I said. I said very, very light. The shimmers are bland, and it's not for me. So this is one I'm going to declutter. But as you can see, like when I said the colors were very, very light, they are very, very light. The blushes are barely there. They would probably work slightly better as eyeshadows if you really packed them. This one is going to have the most color, which is this guy right there. The shimmers, as you can see, like this one has some nice shimmer. That's this bottom one that you're seeing. But this one doesn't even really look like a shimmer at all. So yeah, I am just not having luck with these shadows. And I was so heartened in my last review roundup to hear other people who don't love this brand either, and it struggled to work with it. So I feel like I'm not alone, because I feel like in the makeup community, if you say something bad about this brand, everybody's like, oh my gosh, but it's so amazing. This is another one that I'm decluttering. So yeah, those are one swatch. I could build them up, but I wanted to show you exactly how they pull out when you first grab them. So yeah, not great. Not great at all. I want something with a little bit more color, and I'm pretty pale, so I need something with a little bit more color. Next up, we have White Peach by Too Faced. This one I should probably declutter based on my feedback on it, but it's still pulling at my heartstrings just a little bit. So this is what it looks like. You have 4 shimmers in there, 3 shimmers, 4 shimmers. There's a couple that are more satin than shimmers, and then you have some mattes. Well, here we go. We have them all swatched here. As you can see, they are pretty light overall. The one shimmer that really stands out is this guy right there. The purple one down at the bottom is a shimmer, but it's not really showing up as a shimmer so much when you are working with it, if that makes sense. So I said it is very, very pale. The shimmers are blah. The mattes work well, but there is nothing special. So I like this palette, and I'm keeping this palette for the mattes because I feel like I can wear these mattes and I can work with them in terms of other palettes and kind of mix and match, kind of like what I'm doing with my eye look today. I have a couple different palettes on for my next month's roundup, but I like it. I don't love it. I don't think it's something that you needed. But if you were looking for just some nice, light, kind of peachy mauve tones, you found them with this palette, but it was not a great palette for sure. Just above our White Peach in 5th place, we're going to have, 7th place. We're going backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7. Here we go. 7. This is Peanut Butter and Jelly. You have 9 shades in here. This is the old school tin packaging with the little insert here that tells you how to use them. So you have 9 shades. Here's what they look like swatched. I was not super impressed with this, except for this purple. I love the purple, and I was all set to declutter this, especially look at that white, how it's swatched. Look at, it just doesn't look great, right? But that purple is so pretty on the eye that I was thinking of keeping this just for the purple. So let me know what you think, if you think I'm insane for that. I said it's just okay, not really impressed, and the purple is really pretty. So yeah, do I keep it? I did like 1 row at a time to do my eye look. The shimmers in here are pretty good. I'm not a fan of this dark purple right here. You can see that it's there. It's just kind of, I don't know, purpley brown. The shimmers in here are okay, but I feel like the mattes are not worth it. But that purple is so pretty. So I need your help on this one. Should I declutter it? Should I keep it? Let me know. Rounding out the bottom, we have the Nars Ignited. I never thought I'd put a Nars palette this low. This is an interesting palette. There are 3 mattes and 9 shimmers. So we have our mattes here, and then the rest are all shimmers. I like these first 2 rows. These first 2 rows are awesome. I would wear those every day. I don't like these are more like toppers in these 2 rows, and I am not a fan. So you can see this row here, this is the type of shades and shadows that I wear a lot. And then you have the other ones over here that have varying degrees of shimmer and opaqueness. They're looking more opaque on camera than they do. They look kind of lackluster, I would say, on my hand or on my eyes. So yeah, was not a big fan of this one. What did I say? I said the shimmer's not great. They crumbly. I don't like the formula. The mattes and the satins are really nice. Those are the first sides. So that first half I really like, but the second half, not a fan. So I think I'm going to declutter this. I can't believe I'm saying that. I like the color story. I like half of it, but I don't like the other half. So yeah, I think this one is going to be, did I write down declutter? I did. Yeah. So this one is going to be decluttered. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I should probably declutter the peanut butter and jelly. What didn't you say? But let me know your thoughts. We've made it to the top half of these 10 palettes. So in 5th place, we have Jason Wu. This is Desert Rose. There are 9 shades in here. I believe I got this at Target. I think they're still sold at Target. I'm not sure. This is what it looks like swatched. So you have some really chunky type of topper shimmer shades. They're not smooth shimmer shades by any means. There are some very, very light shades in here. I said the shimmers are okay, but they're a bit much though. They're more like toppers. The mattes are nice. I like the mattes in here. So I will keep it for the 6 mattes in here. And there are mattes that I will wear, but I'm not a fan of these shimmer shades whatsoever. They're just, the formula is not quite there. But they did have some really nice, soft, blendable mattes in here. But yeah, those, can you see how kind of chunky they are? You can kind of see it a little bit, I think, but yeah, this one is a keep, but I don't think I would buy any more from Jason Wu. In 4th place, we have the Marc Jacobs Fine Grind. This was part of their coffee collection that they did just before they shuttered their doors, which was very sad. They're supposed to be coming back, so I'm hopeful that we get some more Marc Jacobs beauty. I don't love the colors. This is not really my color story. They're a little, I don't know, they're just not browns that I normally wear a lot. They do swatch really nice. There's a little bit of fallout with the mattes here, and also this first shimmer right here. It's more of a chunky type of a shimmer. It has a very different texture than the other two. It's a nice palette. It's a solid palette. It has some pretty colors. Like, they're not my colors, but I think that they look pretty, like, swatched out, if that makes sense. They're good formulas. Do I love it? No. Am I keeping it? Yes. Yes, I'm keeping this. This is good Marc Jacobs quality. The one thing I don't like about this one is it is broken, because I got this one on sale. I think I found it at TJ Maxx. It hadn't been used. Like, it hadn't been swatched or anything, but the clasp had been broken. So that's the one irritation I have with this one, is that I have to keep it on the bottom or squished really tightly together. So yeah, I'm glad that I have it, and I'm hopeful for what is to come from Marc Jacobs. In 3rd place, we have Spoiled Cosmetics. I was shocked. I was not expecting this to be as good a quality as it is. It does have a glitter shade right in the middle. It's an okay shimmer. I did swatch it and I'm regretting it already. But so that is its big downfall, is that shimmer glitter, like glitter shade right in the middle. This one is nice though. I do like the shadows. The mattes work really well. I wore this a lot in conjunction with my other palette that you're going to see here in just a little bit, and I loved the looks that it came up with. I got compliments on the looks, which was really nice. So this one I think is a really good palette. I like the shade range. I like the colors in here. I really just like everything about it. And if it wasn't for the other two that I just like a little bit more and that don't have that chunky glitter, it would probably be higher. But yes, Spoiled Cosmetics. I would like to try something else from them, because this was a really nice one. This was, I forgot to tell you, the Romantic Getaway palette. They did a really good job. Okay, in 2nd place, we have Colourpop Beauty and the Beast. Were you expecting it to be number 1? Did you expect it to be lower? Let me know down below. And if I didn't already say, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you were this far in, please consider coming back and watching another video. So we have 12 shades in here. You have kind of a good variety of colors. I feel like it represents the movie pretty well. You have the yellows, you have the blues, you have just some pretty shimmers. I really like the shimmers in this. I had a lot of fun with all of these shimmers actually. So I'm going to bring it closer so you can kind of see. And we have all of the shades here. So it's a really nice palette. I had fun with it, even with the blues, which I don't normally like blue, so I don't do a lot of blue. It was a very yellow look. That can be a lot of yellow, but I think the shades are really pretty, especially like this is a very interesting, it's almost like a Super Shock kind of chunky glitter, but not like the last one. I probably won't use, it was pretty, but it also was like, oh, I don't want it to like get in my eyes or anything. That makes sense. But I really like this first row, these first 2 shimmers right there. You kind of have that citrine shift in that second shade on my hand. yeah, it's a really good palette. It is old school Colourpop quality, so if you were on the fence about it, I think this is a good one. First place, we have Huda Beauty. This is the Gemstone Obsessions palette. There are 9 shimmers in here. They're all shimmers, which is why I paired this with my Spoiled Cosmetics. These two worked so well together. The color stories just really lent themselves really nicely together. I really enjoyed the shimmers. I didn't use the blue. I will say I didn't use the blue, and I don't think I used this red. I did almost all the other shades though. So we have so many in here. They're beautiful. They are creamy. They go on well. They look beautiful on the eyes. This is the other palette I was wearing when I got some compliments. So thank you, Patricia. You left me a lovely compliment. And if you haven't checked out her channel, Finding My Tiara, I will have it linked down below if I remember. But she is a fabulous woman, and I just love her. So yes, look at those. So pretty. This is an amazing palette. I love Huda Beauty. Their shimmers are so good. I don't think I have a Huda palette that I don't like. Like, this one is just so good. Really, really like this. I think this would also really blend well with her matte palette that they just came out with like last year. It was like the 9-pan that was just all matte shadows. I think it would work really well with that as well. So yes, this is another one that I love. Absolutely so good. So let's recap. I am decluttering a few palettes. I'm decluttering my Nars palette. I'm decluttering my Covergirl palette. I'm decluttering the Viseart palette. I am on the fence about the peanut butter and jelly palette. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. Let me know if you have any of these palettes, if you've tried any of these palettes, your thoughts and opinions on them. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.